My husband cheated on me with over 20 women. A short story by Emma Lascaux, narrated today by Howard MacDonald.
Chapter 5. A Parade of Paramours, the Unlikely Sisterhood. News of Caroline's support group spread like wildfire. Women from all walks of life, each bearing the scars of infidelity, began to gather. Among them were several of David's former mistresses, women who had been deceived just as much as Caroline. They had been lured by the same charm, lied to with the same ease, and discarded with the same cold-hearted indifference. Initially it was awkward. They were, after all, bound by a painful shared experience, but as they began to share their stories, their anger, their humiliation, an unusual bond started to form. They found strength in their shared pain, a sense of empowerment that only those who had walked in their shoes could understand. They were no longer just victims of David's deceit, but comrades in a battle they hadn't chosen. Caroline became the pillar of this unlikely sisterhood. Her strength, her grace under pressure, inspired the others. She led by example, showing them that they could rise from the ashes of their broken hearts, stronger and fiercer. Together, they navigated the treacherous waters of betrayal, each one finding solace and strength in their shared journey. Their meetings became a sanctuary, a place where they could shed their masks and be their true, vulnerable selves. The women, including Caroline, found a newfound sense of self-worth and confidence. They started to heal, to grow, their shared pain becoming a catalyst for their personal growth. In the midst of it all, Caroline found an unexpected ally in Victoria, one of David's former mistresses. A successful lawyer, Victoria had been just as blindsided by David's deceit. Despite the awkwardness of their situation, a bond formed between the two women. They found common ground in their shared pain, their determination to rise above the betrayal. Victoria became a key member of the group, her legal expertise proving invaluable as they navigated the complex aftermath of their shared deceit. As time passed, Caroline found herself looking forward to the meetings. They were no longer just about healing from their past, but about building a future. They shared their dreams, their hopes, their fears. They laughed, they cried, they grew together. They were no longer just a group of women bound by betrayal, but a sisterhood, a family. Meanwhile, David's life continued to spiral out of control. His reputation was in tatters, his career on the brink of collapse. He watched from the sidelines as Caroline, the woman he had betrayed, rose from the ashes, stronger and more determined. His attempts at reconciliation fell on deaf ears. Caroline had moved on, leaving him behind in the wreckage of his own making. As Caroline looked at the faces of the women in her group, she felt a strange sense of contentment. She had found a purpose, a cause worth fighting for. She had turned her pain into power, her betrayal into a beacon of hope. She had taken control of her narrative, becoming the author of her own story, and as she looked forward to the future, she knew that she was not alone. She had an army of women standing with her, ready to face whatever came their way. They were survivors, warriors, a parade of paramours who had found an unlikely sisterhood in the aftermath of betrayal.
My Husband Cheated on Me with Over 20 Women is made up of 6 chapters. The best way to make sure you don't miss any is to subscribe to the Romance Diaries. The next chapter is chapter 6, the final chapter, Resilience, a New Dawn.